Hey everybody, and welcome back to Rocco's Kitchen. Sorry, it's been a while since the last video. I've been a little busy bringing this new little spaghetti bender into the world. Mwah. But, salute, and we are back. Today we're going to make some gnocchi. It's going to be a potato gnocchi. For that, you're going to need 3 pounds of potatoes, russets, 1 egg, about a quarter cup of pecorino romano, 1 cup of flour, and a dash of salt. That's about it. So to start this off, we got the oven preheating to 450. We're just going to take a fork, poke some holes in our potatoes, like so, all over. Put them on a sheet tray. I got a sheet tray with a rack, some parchment paper, so I don't got to clean it up later. Make that nice and easy. I'm going to do that to the rest of the potatoes. Get them into the oven once we hit temperature, and that's going to take about 45 minutes. So we will be back when these potatoes are cooked. What you're looking for is fork tender. So just slide in, slide out, and you know you're ready to go on the next step. See you in about 45 minutes. All right, so Antoinette started getting a little cranky, so we passed her off to Mama. And potatoes are in. Hasn't been 45 minutes yet, but I want to go over some of the special equipment we're going to use for this. One of those, we'll start with the ricer. That's what we're going to put our potatoes through. Rice our potatoes. This is a gnocchi board. We're going to roll them down there to get some nice ridges in that. It'll put a little indent in the center of the gnocchi with some ridges along the outside. If you don't have one of these super expensive things you can get on Amazon for like $1, you could use a fork and just roll it down the back of the fork. That was my job when I used to make them with my grandma when I was like 5. Let's see. Other than that, got bench scraper. If you see my other pasta videos, you always want to keep one of these close by. And I got a microplane to grate my cheese. Freshly grating your cheese is going to get you a lot better flavor than buying that stuff that's grated at the store. So if you're feeling frisky, go for it. See you in about 40 minutes. All right. All right. Our potatoes are good. Nice and tender. Just cut off one end. We got to peel them. That's how I like to do it. Cut an end, cut the other end. Put a slit. They're a little warm. Just peel that skin off. Being stubborn, you can use your knife. Try not to take off too much potato with that. There you go. So obviously, do that to all your potatoes. And then it's time to rice. We'll cut those up into smaller pieces. Whoop. Just so they fit in our ricer. Push those aside. And kind of spread it out while I rice it. In there. And just squeeze. Look at that. It'll give you nice, beautiful, light potatoes. This also works really well if you're trying to make some mashed potatoes real light. Whenever I'm doing, little potatoes usually seep up through the top of that thing that pushes it down, but just dump it out because you figure it was pressed. go. Okay. There's that. Get our potatoes spread out a little. So now you got your cup of flour. Just gonna sprinkle that over it. Your egg. And a little pinch of salt. You're just looking for like half a teaspoon. We're going to take our pecorino romano, grate that over it. Before my potatoes were done, I got a pot of water on. So once I get this all put together, we can make a test gnocchi and make sure our texture is right. And we don't got to add any flour or anything. Always want to do a test one before you make 100 gnocchi. And they needed like another tablespoon of flour. Okay. Now, this is where your bench scraper comes in. We got our cheese, our flour, our salt, our egg, and potato. We're just going to cut everything into each other until it starts coming together. Starting to get little clumps. It's your dough forming. It's all nice and incorporated. And just kind of knead it. I don't want to overwork it. It'll make your gnocchi gummy. Just want to get it into a nice dough ball without any air in there to where I can roll it out. So I also got some meat sauce on the stove that I had in the freezer. Just got that warming up. That's what we're going to do with the gnocchi tonight. That's coming together really nice. Pretty much want to use just enough flour to get it to come together. Any more than that, you're going to have gummy, heavy gnocchi. Overwork it, gummy gnocchi. This is looking good. So, got my water's boiling. Sauce is a little warm. We're gonna make a test gnocchi before we roll all these bad boys out. And do that. Clear off our table a little bit. Just take a little piece of this guy. Roll it into a log. It's staying together. Good. And back to our bench scraper. Cut a couple gnocchi. There's that little board. Roll them down our board. I throw those in. They're going to pop up. When they pop up, I'm going to put them in an ice bath, and we'll test those out and roll out the rest of them. So our test gnocchi came out perfect. First try. But you do want to test them, just in case. Because if it's not right, you don't want to waste a bunch of time rolling out a bunch of bad gnocchi. So now I got my sheet pan, some flour, dust that guy. We're going to roll out the rest of these gnocchi. Then I'll show you the cooking process. Probably only going to cook off about half of them. I'm going to take the other ones raw on the sheet tray, stick them in the freezer overnight. Once they're frozen, tomorrow morning I'm going to take them out, put them in bags, and you can cook them from frozen raw like that. And save your gnocchi. This will make a good bit. And then you'll have a nice, easy meal, especially if you got some sauce in the freezer. Throw that in, boil some water, throw your gnocchi in, it floats, drop it in your sauce. You're good to go. You got a good, nice dinner right there. Roll that out. Try and get it like as thick as those, like a thick marker. See that? About as thick as your thumb. Round as your thumb. Unless you got bigger hands, then maybe a little thinner. I'm doing about 3/4 half-inch pieces. Cut those. We got our board. I'm just going to roll them down right onto the tray. See that? It gets a nice little dimple in the center, and it's got some ridges on the outside. That's going to cut your sauce real nice for you. You got lots of flavor in every bite. Easy peasy. Also, hey, okay. So you don't got one of those boards? So what I was doing at Grandma's, you got the back of your fork. Nice big ridges. They're not as fine, but you still get some good ridges with that fork. Does the same thing. Actually, that meat sauce on there, that is a Grandma DiMiglio sauce right there too. So you can thank my mom's side of the family, the DiMiglios, for this whole meal. Now I'm going to roll out the rest of this dough, and I'm going to show you how we cook these guys. So we got our beautiful pan of gnocchi ready to go. That's our ice bath right there. We got our boiling water. We got our sauce ready to go over here. I'm just going to take the gnocchi. We're going to do this in batches. Drop them in. Got a slotted spoon. Give them a little bit of a stir. Just wait for those suckers to pop up. It's not going to take long. It's a pretty fast process. Also, I like using this ice bath over here instead of just going straight into the sauce, because I've found that if they stay hot the whole time, they can end up a little gummy in the center. This is going to make sure they have your nice chew, but not be gummy. In this recipe, gives you a really nice light gnocchi. Still got a little body to it. It's got some bite. Just starting to come up. I'm just going to let them sit at the top for just a second. When they start popping up though, just take them, scoop them out. Just like so. I'm probably just going to do this one more time. That's going to be plenty of gnocchi for me and my wife for dinner tonight. And then I'm going to throw the rest in the freezer. And we can save those for another dinner. And it's as easy as that. You just boil some water, throw them in. Same thing. You cook them right from frozen. You don't want to defrost those. Just throw them in frozen. They'll sink down, float to the top. You're ready to go, my friend. All right. I'll put this together in just a second. All the gnocchi are cooked that I want to cook for tonight. Just got my sauce going. Scoop them out of that ice bath. Set them right in there. And all we're doing is gonna wait till those gnocchi get a little bit warm and you're ready to eat. Let them simmer in this sauce for maybe 2-3 minutes. We're ready to go. That's dinner. There you have it, people. It doesn't get much better than that. A perfect little plate of gnocchi right there. Finish it with a little pecorino. Try these guys out. Soft little clouds. Still got a little bite to them. Oh, that's awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. I will leave the recipe in the comments. And as always, salute. And I'll see you next time. It's dinner time.